Hi, this is Dr. Archibald. I want to go through this sample essay to talk about a few particular things. Okay, so the writer introduces Cassidy's essay. That's good. You probably want to put the comma here inside the quotation. And since you're including the quote within the essay itself, or I mean within the sentence itself, even though the quote starts with a capital letter, it's a sentence itself, you have to do this thing where you put in brackets and reduce this to a small b, put brackets around it too. And this tells us that this isn't what it was in the original, but I had to change it to make it grammatical. Okay, and you go down here and also put in a space after the quote, and then your period. There's a period missing there too. So here I say this point alone, and we're not sure what point the writer is referring to. So you should talk about something in the quotation here, like cognitive competence or something. Um, so I say in the margin here, don't just use Cassidy to make a point as you would in a research paper. Reflect on his ideas in a way to generate ideas of your own. Talk from personal experience about college and let him help you flesh out your ideas. Okay, so down here, talk about what the liberal arts degree has to do with you. Um, Ask this question, but also answer it. Okay, here. Never start a paragraph with a quote. Set up the quote, and in the context of this assignment, tell us how the central idea in the quote helps you generate ideas of your own. So you could say, um, when Cassidy talks about the liberal arts, uh, or um, the Cassidy talks about how the liberal arts provides life lessons. Here's what he says for the liberal arts, blah, blah, blah. Okay? And then you quote from him, and then after the quote, you talk about a particular item in the quote. You can't just say this quote shows. You have to say life lessons. Um, I believe that these life lessons um, are something um, that I can learn, or that I have learned, or that I will learn, in college. So you take something from the quote and you elaborate on it in your own uh, experience. Okay. Down here, um, this is a good example of how the writer starts to talk about uh, her experience. She says, I believe that this makes sense because it allows you to have more specialties. I would say, I believe that something, something in the quote, whatever it is, life lessons, makes sense because it allows someone like me to have more specialties than just one. For example, and you would give an example from your own experience. Okay, so the idea here uh, with using Cassidy in your paper is that what you want to do is think about him as a person who is coming alongside of your experience, and you are listening to him, and then you're responding to him. And the kind of responses could be as various as asking questions. I wonder if this is, I wonder if what Cassidy says here, X, is really something that is a part of my experience. So you ask questions of yourself and then you answer them. You probe your own experience by thinking about ideas that Cassidy has given you. And you might argue with his ideas too, and say, Cassidy says X, but this doesn't really pertain to me because whatever. And you can agree with him, of course, too, but you have to give reasons why you agree with him based in your experience. Okay, so this is the basic idea of the paper. All right? All right, thanks. Bye.